What's going on, guys? This is Xtays back with another video, and we are on Civ 6, and we are just about to enter basically the Renaissance era in 3 turns. And this is going to go real quick as far as this era goes because we've only got 6 techs left to research. And when we last left off, we were building an empire, and we had just declared war on Harold up here. And basically, this is also the Road to Glory series I'm doing, where I'm going to try to beat the game with every leader. And I'm mostly going to go alphabetical order early on. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and stay right here. We're going to kick this over to Renaissance era now. 3 turns. And it's got 6 trade routes. And because we're mostly going to be at war, we're going to just trade within our own borders for the most part. Might do a little bit of city-state trading, but those kind of get a little dangerous. It's mostly if like they have a quest to do one. And then we would want the envoy that would come from it. So like here, I could become suzerain here, but Venice isn't really worth it. And I'm just checking these other ones to see if there's anything worth. No, there's nothing really worth sending there. So this route's out of Washington. I want Washington to continue to grow, so I'm going to be looking for food. We're going to go ahead and just take Cincinnati plus 3 food. I'm building a dam next, so I'm going to put a wonder here, but I don't really know what kind of wonder yet. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw a mine there. Got another builder. Plenty of chops worth doing in this area. I think we're actually, this is the better spot to chop right now, so I'll go up there. And when we were on the last episode, we had pumped out probably 7 or 8 settlers in that one era from just this one city. And we're going to have kind of growth very similar to that again. But right now I'm trying to kind of push my settlers in this direction, because I've pretty much narrowed in as Georgia is where I want the next attack to go. So I think we're going to keep following that direction. And with this camp here, there's no reason to get rid of it other than to farm it. So we're going to keep it there and keep farming it. Now for the builds, we want to target the bonuses. So we do need to get an armory. We do need to get a university next to a mountain. And when we do get an armory, we're going to need to upgrade a musketman really quick and go try to get a kill with it. We're going to get trebuchets in 3 turns, and we're going to upgrade our catapults to trebuchets, so that should work out pretty easily. And this section, we don't really need an Arthur. He's not that great of a hero. He's probably the worst of the heroes. So I don't think I'm going to get the Arthur. At this point, I think I'd probably rather just keep going with growth and production. And in this city, let's see, do we want to just keep going with production and growth here, I think. Or do we get the Arthur? No, we don't get the Arthur. Now, with all the jungle around here, I could pop, what is it, Chichen Itzu. That actually might be worth it right there. Lots of jungle in this area, and we could put all those jungle. So if we go at Chichen Itzu right here, let's just check the map. I'll map this out real quick. So we would actually want to put a theater square there. With that being said, we'd probably want to get not a water park, but it's entertainment district. So basically, Chichen Itzu is going to bonus here. Be looking at putting a wonder here. And these are going to be culture squares, or tiles. St. Michael. Your apostles, when you create apostle, they gain martyr ability in addition to a second ability you choose. Must build a floodplain or river. You have to build that there or there. No, that's not really worth it. Alright, well, we're going to make the culture player. Let's do it. Chichen Itzu. Okay, now we just got another workshop. Right here, we got our aqueducts. At this point, another holy site, and right here. And we can continue to push these guys out over here. Getting ready for that next war. Well, actually, I saw a barb camp down there, so we're gonna go get the village and the barb camp. Okay, now with here, I do want to build this, so let's get ready to clear that area. And now we're into the battle. So this first catapult, I'm going to get working on this city. The next catapult right here. Cross here. Across there. Let's see if any city estates came to war, and Kumasu did. Kumasi did. Where's Kumasi? Up here. Okay. I was just wondering if Inlandia was going to come with them, and actually they're on our team, so we're still looking pretty good. Now we're looking at, when we get in here, we want to pillage this country like crazy when we're going through it. From here we can take shots on that. And we'll fortify and we'll start pillaging on the next turn. I am going to take shots at these boats, mostly just for the XP. And for right here, we'll pillage the science, pillage the gold. Okay, now I can get a marble. 30% production towards buildings in the host city. But now I'm thinking, do I want marble there? Or should I set it up somewhere else? So I'm looking for the other one. Because when you have this symbol, that means you got two of these. So, okay, so here's the other marble. And you can only have one industry in a city, and since we already have one, and it's 30% military units in Washington, that means that this would have to be where we're going to do marble, or make another city over here and do it there. But we'll go ahead and just make the build there. Yeah, we're saving up our gold so that when we take the first city, we can upgrade. So here we go. We started our Renaissance era. We're going to just keep crossing the sea here. And eventually we're going to look up and see that we got a ton of troops on the shore here. Cities built. And we're going to make a violent push into the center. Tamar got the Hanging Gardens.
The more science intervenes in.
Right, so we got military engineering. And what do we want next? I think we pretty much need gunpowder right now. We need an armory. And what's it cost to buy a barracks? The 2 turns are big here. So I'm going to buy the barracks. 3 turns for the armory, and then we're going to burn 3 turns off, then we're going to get 40%. We're going to get armory in like 4 or 5 turns. Go. Get another armory. Still gonna go with shipyard's a great one. Food and production and gold, so we're gonna get that going. And we got Hercules here with 6 charges. So we're gonna use Hercules to come over here and put a nice big smackdown on Washington. This is gonna be a great one. Still more troops. We're gonna keep pushing to shore. Eventually they'll land. I've sent about 3 or 4 over there. Just haven't got there yet. Okay, Armagh built Hercules. And we want industry. And yeah, it does say +2 here, but when you've got it mapped out, like I do, that if you stick with the plan, this'll bonus, this'll bonus, this'll bonus, this'll bonus. I do gotta cook up some more bonuses here, but that's not hard. Right, so Should I put a Moai there? Why not? Get an air score, maybe. That's a nice tile, isn't it? Alright, so this kind of question kind of comes down to who do you want to get your XP? And we'll take the knights. And the light cavalry. Alright, I think we chop this out now. And then that. So here we're gonna move up. Fortify. Grab the hill. And we can just keep bombarding there. And 115. So this is gonna probably, yep, 2 turns off. And when I said we were gonna pillage, we are gonna pillage. I don't want to take this yet. I want to pillage here first, and then we'll take it. And then I got... Okay, so I have this builder. I was going to chop, but we're not going to do that now. So I got the 1 build left. So he's going to come up here and repair everything after we're done. Now we'll play the slow game all the way around. I'll try to get over here and get a pillage on this theater square. It's just got a library for now, so that's all we'll be able to pillage. We can, however, get around to this and try to pillage that next. And it's an industry, which is actually in a good spot. So I'm going to let them, it's nowhere near being built, to be honest with you, so it doesn't really matter if we stand on it. Alright, 493. I am still in a golden age. We're tracking for 39 to 59 before the age ends. And I do got to pick up 40 points, so I want to stay in this age as long as I possibly can. And pillaging all this, the science pillages are actually going to kind of work against me in there. But we'll see if I can get enough points through winning the war and through upgrades that it doesn't matter. I really need to do is get another, my next trade route. I gotta use it to put a road, kind of an east to west road there. And hopefully it doesn't hurt my units. Okay, it looks like we're okay. let's see who my great person is. We got a merchant. We get a governor tile, or we'll basically recruit a governor, and we'll take it. But we're gonna use it to build another industry. And we'll be able to build those here. Corporation. But for right now, we're gonna put him to sleep up here. And I just don't necessarily need the governor title right now. It's not a big deal to me for what we got going on. And I chopped this out. I'm gonna grab the food on it, and we're gonna build our next build after this 8 turns is, I believe it's Halicarnassus. Oh no, yeah, Halicarnassus. And that Halicarnassus turns all the coastline into a really nice tile setup. And even though it's 2 faith here, remember we get 2 amenities for settling on the river. And that is from our Pantheon. 2 amenities, 2 housing for having a holy site on the river. So we're going to play that the whole way. Every time, everything we do is going to be situated on a river. Okay, I'm going to wait on this. I am going to pillage that, but not now. I'll wait one more turn. Village there. An additional attack. Because we actually do need to be very careful about leaving the era too quick or clipping our bonuses on our turns. And what I mean by clipping our bonuses is we don't have a bonus to build an armory yet. In 2 turns we'll build the armory and get a bonus. And when we do that, we get 40% of the turns eliminated from here. So we're going to essentially get gunpowder in 2 turns. But if we pillage right now, we're going to shave 2 turns off for no real reason. And I'm going to use those to speed us through one of these other ones. The bad thing about these Malon Raiders is I don't think you can upgrade them. Some of these bar ones, you can't upgrade them when you get the special unit. But it's kind of cool to have the unit early on. So 20 turns, we're going to chop out that. That takes 3 off. And from here we can basically choose 1 bombard unit to get XP the whole time. We'll keep our catapult here doing that job. Okay, 5 builds. We need to push this way and really start developing this section of the country here. So we'll send our next few builders out that direction. Okay, so 700 points. There are 700 faith points. And we're going to grab builders here because we're in a golden age, and what we chose in our golden age was to be able to buy civil builders, basically anything that's like a civil unit, a non-war unit. So we're going to really use that to really build out our new cities. And really I could do that. I just get the extra build from doing it here, which is why I'm doing it, and I'm walking them across the land. We can move there. Our next turn we will pillage. We'll pillage on our next turn there. And there's nothing There's not a whole lot else to pillage. We can pillage here. So why don't we look at getting over to that? And this guy doesn't really have to stay, so he'll leave. He already pillaged, he can cross. He wants Niter, and we're not giving out Niter because we're heading that way for war. We do not want them to have cannons and gunpowder by the time we get there, and if they do, we want them to have to farm it all themselves. Okay, so Alexander, and it might be a little too late, but we'll go ahead and just declare friendship because we got a smile there. Take a military alliance.
By making times have
A diplomat is a man who will.
Okay, do combat strength. So this is whenever we get +4 strength, we fight a civilization that follows a different religion. We'll keep that. 30% to bunkers or encampments and harbors. Keep that. +2 builds. 100% holy site. We're building wonders, so we'll keep that. And the first envoy one is one that we could change here. We got a lot of envoys. We can get a lot of gold right now by. Watch our gold just pop up here. Almost doubled it with all the envoys that we got. Another. Here, and we'll chop and harvest that. Alright, so from here, I'm gonna send this builder out this way. So we got our first settler on board here. It'll probably be one there, maybe one like down here. So yeah, that'll probably do. And actually right here would probably be better. So if you go here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And a harbor there. Trying to think how I would want to do this. Now if we go here, a harbor here is great. But this, it's kind of what I'm struggling at looking at here is finding a place for the commercial zone because you can't put a harbor here. So we'd almost have to be like here to get all the kind of bonus that I'm looking at. But I want the olives, so I think I want that more. We'll do that. 2 more era score for expanding. Okay, so we can get amenity with cities 2, we don't need that. Extra gold from commercial, don't need that. Don't need rationalism. And religious tourism effects are halved against my civilization, so that's not bad if I'm worried about like a tourism culture victory, which I don't believe anyone is anywhere near that. So they're not. No one's near a culture victory, so it's not a pressing thing. But I would need that. So with that, the privateer, which we need to kill with, plus 4 gold for trade. And that's the one we're gonna want. Okay, so now we can go, actually, this makes sense. Commercial hub, harbor, and then we're looking at probably be an industry, go with an encampment there, lumber mill, and we'll go a mine there. And be looking at an airport there. When I kind of get into this second tier of cities, or third tier of cities, like kind of my outer ring from the center of my civilization, and if I'm on a warpath, I'm really only looking to put a harbor, an encampment, an industry, and a commercial zone. And maybe, just maybe, if I can play long, if I get deep enough in the game, I'll get this out there. But that's really all you need on the outer of, when you're on the warpath. And if you got the next thing you would do would be a holy site, but there's no river here other than down here, so you're not going to get the 2 amenity. You're really only looking at maybe doing like a holy site there for a +1, or right here. And actually, that wouldn't be a bad spot. We'll do a holy site there. If you really want to get really like into the thick of it, you can plant forest there. Basically, you plant forest and turn these into lumber mills, and the forest would bonus the holy site. Okay, there's Halicarnassus. Let's go chop out where we want the encampment to go. And what do we get? 60 faith. Clear some of these out. Alright. So this is what I mean by, this is going to get, these cities are going to get this sliver back every time per turn. They heal up a little bit. So we don't need to keep these guys here, really, other than to heal them up. And instead we can move on and further surround this section here. We're going to push further in here to pillage those when the time comes. I'll get this crossbowman over here, start working on that. And yeah, we'll take the turns on our culture. It'll take more faith. Buy another worker. I think only here is what's left to pillage, so ride around and go pillage that. So we can get an open border. Yeah, we'll take diamonds. Nice doing business with you. Let's see if Kree has anything. He still does not. Georgia, still nothing. Illinois, what do you got? Nothing. Alexander, still nothing. Alright, so that's pretty much what we're going to be trading with for now. Okay, I'll put down to sleep. And we'll fortify there. Oh, Himiko.
Simile Lois.
So he likes me because I got a big sprawling empire. No, we're still not trading. Oh, looks like they get walls up right when they needed them. But we need to pull this guy out. He'll be safe right here.
The real use of gunpowder.
Alright, so we built our armory. We got knocked the turns off of gunpowder. Now we are going to take metal casting. Going to get our dam down. And Hercules is going to use his ability to just build it for us. And I think what we're going to do is get a builder in here. Chop this out. Build a campus. Chop this out. Build that, and Pingala will be it'll be cooking. Raid is 6 turns from now, so we'll happily wait. Got another general. We'll let him get up on the cliff, pull this guy back. Yeah, might as well just get back over here and finish off these walls here. And we can go ahead and pillage there. Can pillage here now. And yeah, it is worth attacking now, so. Pillage everything that we want to pillage there, so we're good. I'm gonna clear him out. So we want to move him in on the next turn. Gonna keep that. On here. A synagogue. A bank. A wonder. Alhambra. Must be built on hills adjacent to an encampment. That's a good wonder to go grab. I'm gonna go ahead and just get it. Turns for Alhambra. So repair and 12. I'm gonna do that. Anyway, for this guy, we're just gonna get down here and start getting some XP on it. we want to get him up to this spot. We're going to unlock, move the general down, put to sleep. Get arrow storm, and then we'll repair. Put him to sleep. We're going to chop out that industry. Okay, next builder. So this right here is all pretty much as good as we're going to be able to get it. Now we're kind of looking at where we have workers that don't have an improvement for when we push out. Here's the next spot that's closest that doesn't have one. Niter. So we are getting niter from somewhere. I'm not sure where we're getting the niter from. So we either built a district on top of it, or we got lucky enough to put a mine down where, oh, here we go. There's our niter. Well, no, that is not our niter. We don't have a mine on that one yet. So we do need that. And that also did ruin our build plan here, because we were going to drop the Rodway there, but there ended up being a niter mine. So with that being said, we need to find another place to put Broadway. And it'll probably have to be right here, because Broadway is more important than the Estrada. I could just start farming this guy too, but this guy kind of already is. So we'll wait till something happens there. Ooh, a Nasi. We're gonna jack him up. Man, this guy does get the 2 attacks now. So he's going to be max level in no time. Getting 2 attacks per turn. 4 XP per. So Venice declared war on me. Where is Venice? I think we're going to take them over anyway. My Moai got pillaged. But yeah, my Wonder doing just fine. Let's get up here to the campus. We'll get that built next. And getting over here, getting a niter mine. We're not gonna be able to do that. Let's get the niter mine, which is a bonus there, we're just gonna hang out. I got 4 charges. I do believe we wanted Nazgaratu. Or Nazargumu. It is gonna take 7 to get it, but we'll see if we can get it. So that's 1 trebuchet. Gonna take a risk here, we'll go for it. As long as this mountain doesn't erupt on the next turn, we're good, but we're gonna get our trebuchet bonus. Now we're getting set up for an attack on Bergen. Yeah, we'll pillage that again. And 1 more. Keep it coming. And this is the one we're going to leave open right here for a very long time. And I want to try to get as far into this tree as I can before I'm forced to come back and finish that area. Because we still have about 30 points that we got to get. So Nasi is basically a hero slinger. So my knight is just kind of going to jack him up. Right. We are going to need more cities to get more era score. Yeah, we want to get over here. Buy that tile. Repair. So there's 1 of 2 things that's going to happen on this. Golden Age or Dark Age. Well, actually Normal Age or Dark Age. We have to get to 193 to avoid a Dark Age. Now if we do get a Dark Age, it's going to be so easy to get a Golden Age. You can get a Heroic Age, but the only way to get a Heroic Age is to get a Dark Age first. So if you do play for the Dark Age, you can tech up far enough into the next age, right, that your Dark Age is actually very short, maybe only 5 techs. Oh, that's 2 eruptions in 3 turns. 2 more for Niter, for Niter.
In a market economy,
And I'm going to stick with everything I got here. I can go right to a cannon, but not quite yet. So we're gonna move away from that mountain because right now mountains are just kind of unlucky. That's what we wanted. So I want to get this guy to a place he can get a kill. So now when we build an industry building, we're going to get a musketman with every industry building we build. So let's bring him down here because we're going to be able to raid this in 4 turns, and that'll be when he can get a kill. Alright, so we're still looking. We're going to kind of come to the point right here where we need to just kind of start getting into mass builders and really build out the land that we do have. Alright, I'm looking at getting a city up over here. This is for era score. Getting cities on new continents is good era score. Okay, it's 130 for a tile, so we're gonna skip that one for now. And yeah, we do want to land here. And most as we run through here, what we're looking for is wonders. So wonders give era score. Okay, now what we're doing is we are boosting our flank bonus there. Okay, no more pillages. So we're kind of come to the point now where we can just start smacking this thing. Yeah, we're gonna run down an Aussie. And these promotions you get on these guys, usually when you get your 2nd and beyond, that counts for era score as well. Since there's nothing left to pillage in this zone, we're going to be looking to just take this one over as well as soon as we can. Okay, so basically that mountain went off. It burned the forest down, so we're not going to chop that forest anymore. We're just going to send Hercules there. We'll grab our campus. We're going to put it on top there. And build it out right. now we're going to come down over here, chop that out, and do the same thing. Because this is a Pengala city, we want to make sure we have a campus and a theater. And this is kind of the best setup that I've been able to find for your capital in the end, is obviously a Pengala finish, because you get a 15% increase to science and culture in that city. So as soon as I kind of get, I usually get Pengala out around my third or fourth or fifth, usually not more than 5, but it's usually my third or fourth governor out, kind of based on the situation I got going on. Let's get back to Alhambra. Want to go another builder? And we are fine with just staying right here and getting bombarded like that. Eventually, another city wall is going to come up right here. And we don't want to be taking 2 bombards at once, but for right now, 1 is just fine. Yeah, we'll finish the builder, then we'll go back to that Jebel Barak, or Barak. What is it? Jebel Barkal. Jebel Barkal. Okay, 1 more amenity for the Empire here. And we did want to get a road built east to west. So if we transfer to London, then we'll start working on getting that going. We are building Chichen Itza here, so Niter messed our plan up here. So with that being said, now this has to become looking at this being, actually no, this is where the entertainment complex could go. And we can get a mine up here. It actually looks like we can build, this is good, we can build lumber mills on top of these tiles. And when Chichen Itza is up, all these jungle tiles are going to be all getting good stuff. So we're going to rethink this right here. We want to keep that as a yielding tile. So if that one's a yielding tile, we are probably looking at putting encampment there then. We did have to think about dams. So this dam right here is on the St. Lawrence River. And this is the Columbia River. Because what I'm looking at here is we got 2 rivers. The St. Lawrence can't flood anymore because of the dam. The Columbia still can. We got our dam here, which is going to stop that. Okay, now we're looking at, what are we missing? As far as our population, what doesn't have an improvement to the tiles? Because with the Liang here, we're basically trying to build out towards the rest of the empire, and we're looking for populations that don't have items built under them as we move out. We're just, it's maneuvering into position. You want to put your troops in a ring so you can get as much flanking bonus as you can. The game's all about stacking bonus. And with this being a military production city with this, we do want to lay like an encampment district somewhere like here just to kind of remind us that that is the goal there. And yeah, with these guys, you know, you can see the massive flanking bonus we're getting on this. And actually, combat bonus from Great General, 3 from Intel. And actually, you know, the flanking bonus might not even count towards city attack, but if there's a unit in there, it's good principle. See if we can't get a monk. Get a monk some levels. Now these cities are they're just dropping like flies. Move in the direction of the biggest cloud here. Alright, moving right along. Things are looking pretty good still. Chop there. There's my bonus for the Niter Mine. And Hercules is going to come over here and build us a theater. People must be entertained. Oh, and he already wants my olives. And horses. And niter. It's crazy talk. You're a crazy person. Kind of surprised these trebuchets have done this as well as they have, or the catapult up here. Alright, what do we want to do? I guess we'll send the monks to the trees. Get a homeboy on the road. We gotta hook them on there and start moving out here. Head over to Asland. Elsund? Elsund. That's all I do in Civ is just pronounce everything incorrect. We got another great admiral. Take the shrine. And it's gonna be kind of a chore to. These guys should really kind of be moving down around this way. This group right here. I think we're gonna start with this guy. It kind of gets to the part where, like, when you get in this section of the game, it's like moving your units in the Renaissance era. It kind of becomes cumbersome because it's like, oh, they don't move fast, you know, but they do a lot of damage. They just don't move fast. Let's get here. It's the third tile out. We want to make sure. Okay. So I want to harvest the thing. But I wanted to make sure the harvest was going to go to Washington. From here, probably looking at putting like a Moai here for the time being. Then eventually we're going to build houses on it. So from London to Baltimore will be the first leg of this trade network. Let's see in Baltimore. Do I already got a... There's no way I already got one set up with Baltimore. Unless it's too far out. Actually, Los Angeles would do. That would actually be even better. East to west. Alright, so the plan was anyway. Let's get food. Drop a lumber mill. I'm kind of coming to the point here. I think I just want to pick a fight with Georgia. So his promotion isn't that great, but we're gonna hook it up. I'm gonna bring him down here. We're gonna start kind of getting ready for an attack on Georgia. So we get Chichen Itzu on the next one. Still 2 turns. Well, I can raid that again. Now 2 builds. I think we come down here. Probably get the sheep going. Actually, no, we'll get the iron first. And we'll get another 6 builder out. It's nice getting that faith up, in that 100 mark, you know, in the Renaissance era. It allows you to take it full advantage of your golden eras for buying the civil servants. Yeah, we're gonna do a farming triangle there. I mean, why not, right? Just let him sit right there and soak up the XP.
The Great Ball Court is also very impressive. I would like to have seen them play a game, although it sounds like the end was pretty violent. I think it was safer to be a spectator.
Shoots Nitsu.
All the best romances bloom in the
So now all our jungle square tiles get 2 culture on them. This is kind of the spot here where I'm totally fine with grabbing some stuff up out of here first. We do need to get a military engineer. Is it right here? So yeah, we do need to do that. Production towards wonder construction if the wonders from the ancient era or classical era. We'll take that. And we will use that. More era score incoming. Now we're going to get Alhambra on the next turn. So we get our Chichen Itzu. And we're going to stick with the theme of production. So yeah, I'm going to go here. More production. Get our shrine going. Temple was so cheap, why not? Okay, now I want to do Halicarnassus. So we're going to get that going. It has to be built next to the shipyard on a coast. So we got set up for it there. Get a monument. I really need to get a worker over here. We're in 2. Plenty of items to fix there. Right, let's get our theater. It's already a +3. It's not too bad. Then we'll build it. And then Alhambra back. Probably not going to build an encampment very soon. So I'm just going to go the farm. Our plan is a farming triangle here. But on this side I think I'm going to stick with the mines. And we wanted... do need to get up here. So we're gonna send our next builder into that area. I mean, this is where I want to get. I'm gonna just buy a builder there, I think. Said every time I get an industrial zone, I get a melee unit. Whatever the best one is for the age that you can get. So it allows you to spend your building or your civ on building wonders and buildings because you've already got this great army that's coming out with the industry buildings. So I mean, Abraham Lincoln, as far as if you want to do like a war run, he is a great civilization to use. Let's see if we can get in here and start making some noise and all. And Alisund. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick off these. We're gonna take the time to pick these guys off in here. Now I do got 24 niter. It's 20 to build a cannon. I think I'm gonna take this guy down here. And when he gets there, we're gonna turn him into a cannon and send him across the water. Go ahead and heal up. Get my warrior monks moving again. Kind of an operation cleanup here. Yeah, see, this is the tactic for delaying. Now, this delaying the eras only works if you are ahead of the computer on your era. And I believe we are. So that gives me the time to build up my era score so I can avoid the golden age. Because I overshot it like crazy on the last one. But I did that because we were already in a golden age and I was kicking settlers out like crazy. You can finish healing up all the way first there. And we're going to do a Moa here. So we want this to stay there you go. We want it to stay breathtaking. And when you put a mine on something, it doesn't stay breathtaking. Mines make something ugly. So that when we put our house here, this is just going to be a gorgeous place. It's going to be a +6 house there. Kree's not happy with us. None of these guys should be. We're coming for all of them. And there will be no peace. There will only be your land is mine. But to get Alhambra?
Everything here appears calculated to inspire kind and happy feelings, for everything is delicate and beautiful.
All right. Means we get another military policy spot. Here we go. What do we want? 100% adjacency bonus. Thank you. We will take that. And we bonused our scientific theory. 7 different specialty districts for civil engineering. Now we need to declare war using a Cassius Belli. Cassius Belli. Now what do we want here? What do we want? Yeah, let's get our library. And then we need to build a university next to a mountain. And our campus is next to a mountain. It's a volcano, but hey, it's a mountain. So we'll go with more greenery. We don't need to upgrade them just yet as far as our men-at-arms. Because all of our men-at-arms that we get with our new industry buildings will have that anyway. Stay right there. Let's go see how hard this guy hits over here. We get another wonder. We need more chops. So we got a chop. And we're actually going to build on that. 1, 2, 3. We're going to build on that. And we're going to build on. We're going to go build. We're going to chop, build, 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 build. That's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this worker right here is going to pretty much get Washington with everything we need. And this is coming very soon, the Rue Valley. Got 2 envoys. Now we're looking for anything that we can turn into an easy suzerain. It's got to be worth it, you know? Now, we're always going to be at war right now, so Geneva's a great one if you're a civ that's like you're building up instead of out, and you're just playing the tech race. Geneva's a good one to have. I think right now I'm probably looking at Buenos Aires, just getting to 6 on that. Calling it good. Get over here and get some shots on him. Alright. I want the musket, man. Well, the good news is this was a spawn, not the raid. So we can just kill that guy. And the musket man will take over the spawn. I think we're gonna come down here and finish this baby. Right now, Hercules. He's alive for 24 more turns. It'll take 9 to get here. So we're gonna send him. And when he arrives, we're just gonna declare war. There's nothing really going on with these 2 tiles. They're not really bonusing anything. But we do want to put a commercial district here. industry. Got. It's really the only thing that we can put down that would get any type of bonus here that makes any sense is an aerodrome. And then right here, it is plains, so we can put just about anything there. This is where we got an encampment. We want our theater there. Want our complex there. Probably like a wonder here. Yeah, really these would all be great. As much as this mountain goes off, a wonder there would be great because they wouldn't get damaged. So we're looking at doing that there. What do we want here? We need something there that I'll actually. And it is, as far as peel, it's -1, so you can't really put a house there that makes any sense. What do we have left? Nothing really good, huh? Nothing really good. Maybe like a trading dome or something. So we'll just mark that as a bonus. No plan. Where's this guy going? Yeah, I think right here. We'll get the Jade. So once Himiko loses all her charges, she's basically the best scout in the land because she has open borders with everybody. Basically just looking to do hit and runs when we get in here. Nice when your civilization is just coming right along. The build's looking great. Washington's just popping. Right, trade routes. This chosen player provide 4 gold. Cancels trade routes between us and this chosen player. So let's do that, and we're gonna go to war with Tamar soon, so we'll get her. This player generates 100% more grievances, and we're gonna say Tamar. Is Eleanor and Eleanor? But we don't really got any diplomatic pool. We're kind of like North Korea right now. We're just like nobody believes us. Nobody likes us. Except our military actually works. Well, we'll see if we can't clean this guy up in just a couple more turns. It does got 40. He does have 46 as a defense there, which is notable, but not too bad. Okay, we're gonna come up here and shop. And we need a university, right? To get our bonus of yep, university near amount, so we'll do that. More faith, we'll get the temple. And you know, I'm thinking that we need to probably start getting another district going here. The question is what? What kind of district can we get going here? Because it's really packed in this area. So we can get something going here. Maybe we go ahead and put a campus down there. It's a +2 campus. +4 campus there. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna now the camp. Should we do the campus? I do want to get a commercial hub. It's just no good spots. 1, 2. Actually, you can put one right there. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll rob this tile from Liverpool. Let's get Liverpool ready for that. And we can swap here. Now lock it in, lock it in. Okay. So when this builder comes up, 2 turns, we'll harvest, get our commercial district in there. And yeah, might as well. 7 turns, we'll get a that and another musket. And we're just gonna fix everything that we made a mess in there. Yeah, so we got looking pretty good here. I'm just gonna get up here. I'm gonna chop this baby. I'm gonna chop that, and we'll just make it farms for now. Do I got a Cassius Bella against her? I don't really think I do. But let's denounce. War is coming. And we're gonna heal up there, so I don't want to raid it yet. Gotta get into position. And yeah, we're ready for aqueduct. I should have been getting my government building and my other one up here. I only planned the one. I should plan the other. This one is the government plaza. I need to plan a diplomatic quarter. So the diplomatic quarter needs to go next door to a building. So if we put one here, go diplomatic quarter here like this. The reason is your civilization receives +1 diplomatic favor for each delegation or embassy from a foreign civilization through diplomacy, +1 envoy if built next to the city center. So we're going to get that. Enemy spies operate 2 levels below normal, targeting this district. Actually, this is one if you got the room in your capital. It's not a bad one to put in your capital, because other civs will attack your capital with spies. So if you have the room to drop it in without messing your build up, it's a good one for your capital. But basically it's a +1 to any district that you put next to it. So we can go like a commercial hub here, and that'll be a nice kicking setup there. We can get our holy site there on a river. It'll be still getting a nice hard bonus there. We can do actually this would be even better, like this. It's like a puzzle. I just like trying to figure it out. How am I gonna do it? If we did like that. No, we want to keep it like that. So that works. And actually, it might end up having to go more like this. Yeah, let's try that. Like that. I know that doesn't make any sense there, but when you see what I got going on, then it'll make more sense. So everything except for this district is one that gets a nice bonus around it. You got 1, 2, 3. Now let's just put our holy site here. Get the river. And now we're looking at over here. We're gonna do a campus there for a campus on campus bonus. I want to do this. I want to do the harbor there. And we will do aqueduct, dam, industrial zone. Sites. Entertainment. And Petra. Right there, Petra City. With the most desert tiles right there. That'd be a pretty good Petra City, or this one here. But I'm gonna go with here. Even though in the end we are looking at dropping a lot of districts on desert, but you're still gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Call it 5 yielding tiles. So maybe Petra is actually better over here, but we'll leave it here for now. We might move it. But that's how basically the way I play Civ is I will build out. I will plan my whole first city and second city pretty like micromanage planning, and then I will plan my government plaza and lay out all the district bonuses I'm going to get around it. Then I'll plan my diplomatic quarter and lay out all the district bonuses I'm going to try to do around it. And every time this city's coming up with a new district, I'm just planning down the next one, and I already got the plan laid out. So it just kind of, you don't even have to think about it in the end. You just give it like one, 5-10 minutes of really good thought, and then as the turns are coming up, you can lay it out and nail all your bonuses. And here we go. We are watching expands further. Another era score. We're at 180. So it looks like we're going to avoid that Dark Age. And we cleared out this land. There's our +4 industrial zone. We will take that. Take another one of a workshop. And now we're gonna get the trebuchet in position to start working on these walls. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Start working on Ailson. And now that is ours. On to the last. Herald, you've got one city left. And then all your cities are belonged to me. Keep that. A Mojave? Yeah, why not? Okay, I want to get him out. We want to get this guy over here. And now we can raid. Alright, let's chop this out. Buy that tile, and then we're going to get our government plaza down. Actually, has he still got time? Yeah, he's still got a turn. So we can do that now. And from here, we're looking at getting into probably this next turn. Oh, 4 turns from now. That's fine. So 4 turns from now, we're going to get that war going on this next continent. And here it is. So we'll get that in 1 turn. Chop that out. Built adjacent to an aqueduct. One population in all cities, plus one housing in all cities. I'm thinking about doing that one. No, we'll get the era score. Yeah, we'll get the era score. So where do we want Taj Mahal though? For now, get a barracks. Hard to tell. We gotta get Taj Mahal up though. And he wants peace, and he wants to give me all his cities. But I took them fair and square. I don't know peace. There is no peace here.
At the southwest corner, a
There's
large
just war.
perpendicular mass of sandstone has become separated by a deep fissure from the body of the mountain. It has all the appearance of a colossal statue.
That's a good one. We'll take it. Kind of forgot we get award 6 iron and provides 4 faith till your cities are within 6 tiles. That's right. That's why I wanted that one. Because when we counted it out earlier when we set that one up, this one had a lot of cities that were within 6 tiles of it. Even this might have been on the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this may or may not get in there with that, but from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one's definitely in. But yeah, that's a good one. And you can see the extra faith there. Real nice. So back to the aqueduct. And I guess actually we don't really need the aqueduct more than we need to get this government plaza down. Usually it's a good idea to get this thing down in the last age. Like if you look at ages, you want to be building this thing really more like in a classical era here. So me, you know, I'm 2 ages late on the thing really, but you know, sometimes the build just you meander in a different direction than you intended. Let's get a commercial hub here. Got our builder. We want to get over here and then knock that commercial hub out. But in the meantime, I guess we'll just take a level one turn wall. We'll take that. Alright, the mountain went back to sleep, which is good. Still don't have that. We do want to chop this out. And yes, this too. Okay, so we want to set this guy up for the kill. And if he does hit now, he may kill him, he may not. But he definitely won't. So we're going to start with that. That way when this guy actually does finish him off, he gets the kill for sure. There's our bonus for square rigging. Now we're kind of coming to the point here where I mean, well, we can't just keep farming this. There's nothing that says we cannot. So, you know, well, I mean, when in Rome, right? And we've been farming that for a while, so we'll just keep going right on it. York is pretty dang built out right now. So that city's gonna be really cooking. And we can bonus our city there with the aqueduct, or our fort. Boy, so many chops in this. This whole thing needs to get chopped. That's a lot of turns for a chop. Let's just go ahead and go with granary. And we'll help them along. Just one of those right now. Alright. Getting bombarded. The general's gonna be able to move up here. Heal up. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go Aerostorm. Stay right there. And I doubt those guys will get there before we've taken the base already. The city. So moving right along here, and now we're into... Is there any more chops to get? Not really. Nothing that's really worth it. And we might be looking at getting down to here and getting some chops there. Or actually what would be even better is getting over to here and getting farms built. We can make a 4-tile farm there. Gonna be a while till we get an airfield, so might as well. We can make a farming triangle here for now. Okay, so we got one away from there. We come suzerain there. And when I got two, what I'll do is I'll do that, because a lot of times you can get an error score when you become a suzerain. Yes. There we go, like that. 185 out of 193, and we're only going to go for a regular age here. And once we get it, we're going to kick that baby over. So we're getting military science right now. Then we're going to go for square rigging. And probably industrialization. Now I do got to get the... I'm falling behind on that. Can we just buy that? Yes, we can. Okay. I'd almost forgotten about that bonus. That one tends to sneak up on me. And really what it is I've played enough Civ that I have almost all these memorized. And that you kind of come to the point where it's like, okay, I gotta remember I need to do this, and I need to do that to get a bonus, and this. And eventually you come to the point where your play style is built around getting those bonuses. And you just move through each age so much faster when 40% of every technology or even every culture is knocked off. Don't even have to take 10 turns, you don't got to do 4. And like, I'm playing this game at a lower difficulty level, mostly because I set this one up in episode 1 as being the most chill settings to play on for a relaxing game where you just get to play around and see what's going on with the different build, or with basically the computer gets no bonuses on this, and you don't get any bonuses. So if you were actually to play a human 1v1, and I have played, you know, PvP games where I'm playing against humans, you know, that I'm you know, in a game with, you know, 3v3, or we're all even, you know, free for all. There's 6 of us, 8 of us, 10 of us. Um, I think I've even been in games. Well, I want to say with at least 10 people to start, but they, you know, when you're in those games, people will start to kind of fall behind, and then next thing you know, nope, they're out of the game and AI is taking over. So by the end of the game, you know, there's only 2 or 3 people hanging around. But um, I was playing a Civ game with, you know, playing with like people is you got to be really committed to sitting through that whole game, because there's going to be, shoot, 6 to 8 hours. You know, it's a long time to sit down and play a game. That's why, you know, for me, I like to break it up in about 2 hour increments. You know. And that's kind of, you can usually get through an age in about 2 hours. It really just kind of depends with how much war you got going on, because moving your troops obviously through war, you have a lot more uh, things to do before you're hitting enter on your next turn. So obviously, you know, being there's times where I'm just gonna go with like a civic build, or a tech or a science build, and game is over before you know it, because I've mostly just been hitting enter and building up my build queues. And yeah, we don't even need this trebuchet. Alright, let's see if we can't finish off Harold here, and I think we'll probably call it as far as an episode goes. I got one more turn, as we'll go for it, right? Yeah, continue the farm there. Well, let's do it. Let's knock Harold out next turn. That'll be it. That'll be it for the episode. One more run on Harold, and then we are into, on next episode, we're looking at getting into the industrial era and a war with Georgia, which I do believe we can start in 2 turns. We can start at any time, but I'm playing the Cassius Bell, declare formal war. It doesn't really even matter. They're already all mad at me. But you get if you get a Cassius Bell, you can declare war without with very minimal public pushback. It's gonna go on a circle chop in here. As well. Torre da Bay. Now let's get a privateer. We gotta get some kills with a privateer anyway. And here we go. Is this the map turnover? Right here. And from there into more scouting. 7 turns until we get our pass out of a Dark Age. Okay, here we go. We're going to hit this from all sides when we come out of this turn. That's 2 more score.
No one starts a war.
Okay, we got our university into square rigging. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish these guys off. And then we're going to call it right there, and we'll go through the build order on the start of the next one. Tried to get as much XP as I could all the way around just by hitting all the bombards. And I want the knight to get the final. Even though there's no health left, you usually don't get XP. And goodbye, Harold. You fought hard. Well, you didn't fight that hard, but you tried. Alright. Well, I think that's it there, so we'll go ahead and call this one. We are Abraham Lincoln on the road to glory. And the next up is we're going to get through the industrial era. And if we don't have a cultural win by the end of that, boy, it's got to be we're pretty dominating this world, so we should be seeing a winning condition come up here shortly. But anyway, this is X-Taste, and I will catch you on the next one.